is. Yep. Okay, so it is possible to spin it. Good morning / afternoon / evening, everybody. I am Southpaw Racer, and this is First Drive, where I actually just jump right into a car that I've never driven before and or has just been released. In this case, it is the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup for iRacing. I haven't driven the Assetto Corsa version, so I can't comment on that. However, I guess this is a pretty significant car because this is the, along with Assetto Corsa, this is the second time that Porsche has actually allowed a car into one of the current PC sims, which, it bodes well for the future. No more EA stranglehold on Porsche cars, and it really... I really reckon there's going to be some good times ahead. So I've decided to drive this thing at Sebring Club. Fairly small, tight circuit where we should be able to see how this car ends up working. Let's, no, I don't want the options menu. I want the garage. Let's take a look at what we can change on this thing. Yeah, alright. The basics. I should point out that this is not a GT3 car, it's a GT3 Cup, which I understand is probably a bit confusing if you're not familiar with the terminology, but basically GT3 Cup is I think it might actually be based on the 911 GT3, which is the road car that Porsche makes. It's all a web of head fucks, but yeah, this isn't a GT3 car, so don't go trying to put it with the bloody McLaren and Audi and Mercedes and hosted sessions. Don't do that, you'll have a bad time. Let's just jump in. Right. Nice looking dash. What's the engine like? Yeah, that's a Porsche engine. Very nice. Whoa. Hang on a minute. Wow, that's a weird shifting sound. Oh boy. Alright, let's go. Alright, out on track we go. Oopsie. Alright. And if you're familiar with any of the Carrera Cup mods for R-Factor, this is one of those ones where you have to blip the throttle in order to shift down. And in iRacing it won't let you shift down unless you blip the throttle. So, it's handy to know. Feels kind of floaty at high speed. Go through the hairpin onto the throttle. Alrighty. Well, so far, feels kind of like I would expect a Porsche to feel, and that is, wow, this thing doesn't brake at all. That's something to look at. You can just stab on the throttle out of the corners because of the rear engine, all that weight over the thick rear tyres. Oh, jeez. I'm wondering if it's more a case of the weight transfer of the car. Maybe that's why I'm understeering. Who knows? Right there. Well, I gotta say, like, having driven Porsches in the past, oh, it's got one of those things where the dash lights up when you lock the brakes. That's handy. I think the only other car in iRacing that has that functionality is the HPD, which is a car that I drive a lot. not going into that corner hard enough. Oh, yep. Come on. Get down low in the seat. Okay. Alright, so as I'm starting to push, yeah, this makes sense relative to what I've read about Porsches. Understeers on entry, but you stab the throttle on the exit and you just let it rip. Can't do that quite yet. Still got to work out how to brake this thing. Gearbox is a bit temperamental. Whoa, Jesus. Okay. Recovered that slide fairly easy. Oh, jeez. Man, this gearbox would take a bit of getting used to, I think. So you turn a fair bit. Got to turn a fair bit to actually get the car turned. It doesn't seem to want to spin very much. Jeez. Whoa, 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 whoa. Spoke too soon there. Right. Still really annoyed at the shift from down from 5th into 4th. Doesn't really go as much as I'd like. How's it like over bumps? Well, it seems to be doing alright, considering that this is Sebring after all. Okay, so get on the throttle early. It may seem like you're about to understeer off, but the car just sort of rotates a little bit under throttle. Alright, up into 6th gear. Okay, just braking a little bit earlier. I'm probably braking way too gently, actually. Try braking here. Wait a minute, hold on. Is it auto blip? Hold on a minute. I haven't been able to look at the black box in the bottom left because my mic's in the way. It's auto blip. Fuck! My bad. My bad. Okay. So I don't need to blip the throttle. There's probably going to be a few comments down there already saying, "Oh, it's auto blip, mate." Well, now I found out. All right, let's see how it breaks then. Now. Oh. Yeah, jeez, it locks quite easily. I also took that hairpin in 3rd accidentally. Jeez, okay. Starting to feel the limits of grip here. Oh, and go over them. Don't hit the wall, please. Well, I have to say, like, I'm a bit of a critic of most Carrera Cup mods in R-Factor, R-Factor 2, etc. But and the existing Roof RT12R I've never been a gigantic fan of, but so far I don't mind this. This is alright. Jeez, alright. So yeah, you can be ginger with the brakes and actually brake quite a bit later than I initially thought. Let's try for a proper lap here. Understeered a bit too much. Oh, come on. That's where the rev limiter is. Jesus. Down the straight. Okay. Probably going to need a tad more practice in this thing, but so far I think I'm getting my head around it. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Yep. Okay, so it is possible to spin it. Alright. Let's go back out. There I go, blipping the throttle again. Jeez, initially it's kind of difficult to pick the turn in. But then Porsches often require a very unique driving style, which probably isn't my strong point. Let's try for a proper lap here. Through the final corner. Down the straight. Okay, right. Stay nice and flat. Yeah, okay, that's too late. Fuck, that's way wide. In there you go. Right, that's an off track. It's the brakes. You can't brake this thing too hard. Absolutely cannot. Alright, let's try for another lap. Okay. Control yourself. Right. Okay. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Yeah. Right, right. You gotta sort of straighten out the steering. Damn. Fuck that up. I like that. You can sort of kick out the rear. That's cool. Oh jeez. Yeah. I get the feeling that braking is not going to be my strong suit in this car. These brakes lock so easy. Yeah, wow. Way easy. Alright, well, I suppose that's, how's it look going around the track? Can't really say I'm a huge fan of the heat haze effect. Doesn't look quite right. But I mean, I guess at this point, having only driven a couple of laps, my only huge criticism of the car is the brakes. They lock really easily, and anything beyond like half pressure or something like that for me just means that they lock up, which is a bit annoying. I'm usually used to smashing the brakes and stuff like that on most cars, even ones without ABS. But other than that, it drives pretty much as I'd expect it to. It requires a bit of a unique sort of style, and yeah, it's difficult at first. It takes a bit to get used to, but I think once you do get used to it, ends up being rather rewarding. So yeah, I guess that's a good note to end on. Hope you liked this video. If you did like it, then consider subscribing to me. If you're already subscribed, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see if I end up racing this car a bit in the future. I'm Southpaw Racer. I'm a sim racer. I make videos about that and other stuff, and I'll see you at the first corner. Goodbye.